Hey guys, what's up? How's everyone doing today? Everyone all good? Everyone all good? I know it's kind of hot in California right now, but I'm glad to have you guys on the podcast. Glad to have all the viewers here. So, month's kind of like a special month for a lot of people. It really is a month where we are able to celebrate it with just people in general. Just everyone's human, right? So we want to have Pride this month for those who deserve to have their voice heard and everything. And of course, we're gonna have our little special Pride Month episode on the podcast. And who better would it be to be part of this podcast for Pride Month and represent the podcast for Pride Month, but none other than the one and only Softpoke. What's up, Softpoke?
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
That's good. It is burning up right now in California, so I'm trying my best out here.
It is hot
Yeah.
in Texas too.
Oh my gosh, stay hydrated. Honestly, I got like a colder tea here, like not iced tea, but just kind of like cold water tea.
I made the
I-
mistake of bringing hot tea.
Oh, that's a yikes. But yeah, so this podcast is a little bit more. It's pretty special in its way because we are doing a fundraiser for the month of Pride. In this fundraiser, it's connected to the Trevor Project. So as Tizzy just did, if you want to know more about the Trevor Project, !Trevor will lead you to the actual webpage of the Trevor Project for those who are part of the community, LGBTQ plus community, and that they kind of want a safe space, a safe space, and a place that they can get some counseling from professionals and whatnot. But with the !Pride, that leads directly to our donation or our fundraiser where all of you guys, by all means, if you do have the money for it, it's a donation, it's a fundraiser. So if you do need your money, please spend your money wisely. Do not spend it on stuff if you really need it for like food or for rent or anything. But we do appreciate any type of fundraising, any type of donations whatsoever. So whatever it is, we will see. And also, I'm already seeing things. Holy crap, someone already donated. Eggsy, you are wild. You already donated the $100 before I can even turn on a live announcement. I guess we already met our goal. Eggsy, you are wild. Thank you so much. Gosh darn.
Hi, Exit.
Eggsy, you're crazy. You're built different. Please, hopefully this is just spare money you have, and this is not for like rent or something. We do really appreciate it though. But oh my gosh, you're wild, Eggsy. You're on a different level. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Exit.
Even though we just started the podcast and we already hit the goal thanks to Eggsy, people are still free to fundraise and donate. I myself would be taking part of this. So by all means, if anyone has any questions or anything, just make sure to hit up the !Trevor for information more about the Trevor Project, and !Pride for the fundraiser link. And I will see if I can raise the goal. Let me because we're still pretty early, let me see if I can do that right now, because I did not expect it to happen this quick. Thanks, Exit. That caught me off guard. Big time. Let me see. Minimum. Holy crap, dude, you're crazy though. I did not expect this. You are on a different level. I'm trying to figure out how to edit this, because I know you can increase it. I'm just trying to figure out how to now. Caught me off guard.
I think we should go with BBX's idea of if we hit 200, then you put on a maid costume.
Oh God, no! Listen. I'm not doing that. I am not doing that. I have parents that I do not want to put on a maid costume. in the comfort of my own home with family in it. They will not talk to me ever again. Please. Please. Oh, okay, I can switch the goal. You know what? Let's up it by $100. I'm gonna save the changes. We're gonna up it to 200 now. Please, again, thank you so much, Exit, already. 4 minutes ago, you already donated the $100. You are built different. But for those, let's try to hit that. We upped it. If you do have the money for it, it's greatly appreciated. But if you do need it for your own well-being and your own rent and food, just being here is much appreciated as well. But yeah, other than that, other than getting sidetracked like that and me having to like take deep breaths after what just happened, let's get started with Softpoke.
Okay.
So, introduce yourself, Softpoke. What's something about you that you want to let us know?
My name is Anna. And I'm a variety streamer. I'm 21 and I just like to stream and hang out and make friends on the internet, and it just ended up going a lot better than I thought it would. And now I'm here.
All right. So, kind of going on about streaming. We'll start with streaming first, and then we'll work our way around more questions and whatnot. But when it comes to streaming, like, what kind of got you started with streaming? Was it just one day you wanted to you just woke up and you're like, I want to stream now? Or is it just more on the fact that it just kind of happened and you're like, you see all your friends and, you know, possibly family and stuff streaming and you're like, I want to give that a try?
I found a bunch of streamers that I did like. I first started watching Little Miss Ash Snap'em on YouTube, and so when she switched over to Twitch, I then found quite a few people that just had this very welcoming space, and
hey, how's it going?
It inspired me because it was always something that I wanted to do. As a kid, I always loved like making little vlogs, even if they would sit in my camera, but I got a lot of good vibes from it all, and I wanted to be someone that could do the same thing for other people.
Oh, I see. That's actually really nice. I actually appreciate that kind of that mindset, because it's great when you start building a community and everything, and all of a sudden you're like, why are people watching me? But also, hey, there's people I can talk about, people I can talk to, and all that stuff. Too. So I mean, that's really awesome. And so how was it the first time that you started streaming and everything? Was it like very nerve-wracking, or did you just say, screw it, I'm going straight for it?
I put it off for a while. I had some friends in different communities that were telling me to just kind of go for it and do what I want to do, play whatever game felt right, and I kept putting it off, and then one day I decided, I'm bored. I'm just gonna do it now, and I had so many of my friends show up. I was pretty nervous, but once I got into it, it was so easy, and it just felt so normal and safe.
That's cool though. I mean, definitely. I've been in your streams too, and your community and everything they're great. It's a lot of positive vibes, and I would definitely say that it is very comfy. Like, you know,
that's my goal.
Unintended. It is a very comfy stream, and like a community that you've already built.
I love all of my little babies.
I don't know. I know, of course, that you and your community have a run-on joke of a certain visual novel game that you've been playing a lot, and there's a certain character in there that a lot of people are very attracted to, in a way. If you want to go on that little bit.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't know. You tell me.
So I started playing this game, Our Life, because I figured it's a short little dating sim and it looks cute. It takes forever to play, but you grow up with this little boy in the neighborhood, and he grows up to be a very, very attractive male. And so there's always a lot of not so family friendly things that are said while we are playing.
Understandable. Totally not somewhat guilty of those stuff. But then again,
Yeah,
it's a collective progress.
It is.
Oh my God. Also, I just realized we hit the goal again.
Are you serious?
I just upped it, and we're already up to $220. Thank you so much. I'm gonna do a little bit of shout out. There's gonna be a lot of shout outs this stream because this is new. I'm very new to this, so the donations and fundraisers. But Sheepwave, thank you for the 50. Eggsy, God, dude, thank you for the 40 again. Also, Sheepwave, thank you for the 50, dude. You guys, that's a lot of money. Ashnapham, thank you for the 25. Oh my gosh, you guys, that's a lot. Amugus Gamer, thank you for the 5. Appreciate it. You guys are all real ones. You guys are all gamers, and this is crazy. Like, I would not have expected this, and honestly, I gotta up the goal again because you guys are all crazy and it's driving me crazy. But we are already at $220. And listen, I am not getting a maid costume. It is already in. I am not getting a maid costume. I live with a family and they will never let me live it down if I have one on. I don't think I'll ever talk to. I don't think they'll talk to me ever again if they saw me with one on. But thank you so much. You guys are crazy. Soapy Skies, thank you for the 25. You guys are wild on this month.
Oh wow, yeah, we're almost at 300.
But yeah, thank you so much. And of course, you know, that's actually the great leeway from streaming to this month and what's been going on with Pride Month. So I know you yourself of Softbook are, I think if I remember correctly, you are pansexual, correct?
Yes, I am.
So, coming from someone with no knowledge of that, and I'm pretty sure a few people as well in here who have little to no knowledge, like myself, how would you kind of explain that kind of like sexuality, like being pansexual? Can you enlighten us more on that?
Yeah. So, as a lot of people know, there are a million different sexualities. But I am pansexual, and for me, being pansexual just means that I don't necessarily I don't tend to fall for someone in a certain gender. So I could have a wonderful, beautiful relationship with someone regardless of their gender and want to be with them forever and make them my forever person.
That's actually very interesting. Like, that's something honestly, for me, I would never have known, and I actually really, that's fascinating in a way too. And how was it? You know, did it was it something that it was easy to explain to people in a way, or like how would you kind of explain it to others who are more questionable about it and within that kind of stuff? Because like, of course, like again, me, I have little to no knowledge on it and whatnot. So would it be along the lines of it doesn't matter, right? As you said?
Yeah, I for me, the best way to explain it is just that I will find the person that I want to find, and that there are no boundaries for me with that.
That's actually very nice. That sounds very nice. So I know that you said that those who do watch your streams and stuff, and that you've talked about it before, but at one time as well too, you wanted to be called a different name because you associated with different gender and anything of that sort. If you're okay with telling us about that story as well too. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So about like when I was probably 15, I was already pretty confident in my sexuality as far as liking both genders, whether that be being bi or pan. There's so many options, but the more I thought about finding someone, I thought about who I was to be with another person. And so I had a lot of identity issues, and I still do. It's very hard to figure out yourself and who you want to be. And so by the time I was 15, I said, I am gender fluid, and I'm going to go by the name Andy. Everyone in my family called me Annie for a long time. So I figured that Andy was an easy transition from that. So I figured something gender neutral would work. And I went by that for about 4 years until I moved to Texas just recently. Well, recently as in almost a year ago. But I decided to stop going by that name because while my years going by that name were very, very good, I also had some very terrible experiences. So there was a lot of different parts of me that felt like it was more of a character. So I decided that that wasn't who I wanted to be anymore. So I just decided to go by Anna again.
Okay, I see. So that was it was probably just it was a journey, huh? Like just within,
Yeah,
like within yourself and everything. But definitely support you on what you're currently going to. And I mean, it must have been a hard time for you, definitely in a just like on a mental note. And I mean, it's glad that you're able. I mean, even today, I'm glad that you're able to find more comfort in yourself and everything. And of course, I know there's a lot of people going through that kind of stuff during the past few years and everything. And that's the hard thing, is that it's so much harder to find support for that because of different generations. Growing up, I'm glad that nowadays most of the older generations are starting to understand, but there are still those who are lingering on that. And in a way, I don't want to be mean, but it's like as if they don't want to understand it as as much as others who are able to adapt to this new to all of this in general.
Yeah, and I can agree with that. Even like when I came out, there were some people in my family that had a hard time understanding it because it just wasn't a thing when they were younger. And I've been lucky enough to have a very accepting and loving family, so they came around to it eventually, but I know it was hard for them. And so I don't necessarily think that anyone is to blame at all for feeling how they feel, but at the same time, I think everyone also deserves a chance to be understood.
Of course, definitely. And yeah, because that's why I'm glad that the Trevor Project has become a thing, because, and I mean, not just that, but so many other projects, so many other like programs and stuff have arisen in a way. And it's just so much easier now to get that help, because before, from what I've known and my experience with friends who come off and who are part of the community and everything, the LGBTQ plus community, it was hard. It's a rough time. It is, as they'd say, it is mentally exhausting. It's an uphill battle. And finally having this, like, even if it's the smallest bit, having this help, having all these new programs coming out, it just creates such a better, safe place for so many people. And in the end, I personally think we're all human in the end, right? Instead of bashing on each other on what this, what that, like this person's weird, this person's normal. We're all weird in our own way. We're all humans. What's the point?
Yeah.
Like, what's the point of if you're gonna spend so much time worrying about someone else? Maybe in the end, just maybe you should be worrying more about yourself. I think that's the best way to tell someone who's like so uptight in a way.
Yeah.
So
I absolutely agree with that.
yeah, because it's crazy. It boggles my mind to see how invested people are in these type of situations, in these type of like they're invested in a negative way, because that's just they're spending too much energy being negative that they can go outside and touch grass, like actually go touch grass.
Yeah, and it gets to a point where are you really wishing for the person that you're constantly bashing? Do you really not want them to be happy? Like, is that what you're trying to do?
Exactly.
And it's just very unfair because everyone in this world wants to be understood.
Mhm.
And there's so many people that just take that away and they say, "Nope, I don't want to listen to you anymore. That I don't know how to process what you're saying."
It's
And
crazy.
yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, that definitely does. That's a good segue into the next question of what I have is that, what are some basics, like when it comes to your sexuality, what are some basics that people should understand about you, and what are some things that they should do to clear up any kind of misconceptions and whatnot? Because I know, of course, me being not knowledgeable at this at all, I'm always very careful so that I can ask questions, I can ask these questions, but also say things that, of course, 100% will not offend anyone or would not come off as offensive in a way. So, is there any type of like things that you had to do to clear up any misconceptions, or just kind of things that people should understand about you?
A lot of people assume that pansexual or even bisexual people are attracted to everyone. And while that does go under the scope of, yes, I can be attracted to anyone, it doesn't mean that I'm going to be attracted to everyone. So a lot of people tend to think that if you're pansexual or bisexual, that you don't have standards or that you're promiscuous. But at the end of the day, everyone has standards, whether it be they don't want someone who smokes or they want someone that has the same beliefs in them.
Yeah.
Us bisexuals and pansexuals have their own standards for relationships. So we're not gonna go after every single person we see.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. I mean, that's the best way to explain, because I think that really is such a weird misconception. Like, I can see what you mean now when you're saying that, and I'm glad that you're able to clear that up. And also, yes, going back, I just looked over and we did get some more donations, so I'm gonna go ahead and say that very quick. Say the thank yous. Thank you, Soapy Skies, for the 25. You're a real one, and also Soapy Skies, the real OG sis of Softpoke. You got Eggs Eats Mom. Thank you so much for the 100. You're such a kind soul. Everyone who's donated are such kind souls, but definitely Eggs Eats Mom. You a real one. Keep on being a great mom, a great parent in general. Thank you so much. My boy Key. Thank you so much for the 25. All of you are great. Y'all are wonderful people. And again, yes, I did say it. Duff or SheepwaveTV did say if in the next live podcast, because we're so deep into this donation fundraiser, if we hit 400 and I meet up with SheepwaveTV, Ash Napum, Tales of Taylor, or even Tizzy Q, I will get a maid costume and I will wear it on stream because you guys are wild with the donations. But when that time comes along, it is a promise. It will happen. Will I be happy? No. But is it for the community? Yes. If you can look into my eyes right now, they're dead. But all of you are crazy, and all of you are such kind souls. So once again, thank you so much for everyone that's donated. Thank you so much for everyone that's still here. Let's get right back into the podcast, which is again perfect for more questions within this subject and whatnot. And did the biggest question right now, I want to focus more on you, Softfolk, is when you, if you, did you ever come out as, were you able to come out as pan to your family and stuff? And how was that process like for you? Was it very nerve-wracking? Was it very intense? And you know, to your extent, if there's a lot, if there are things that you do not want to go in depth about, it is fine. We will not we will not pressure you. We will not push you for anything more than what you want to say.
Yeah, I mean, I'm an open book, so I'm always down to answer. So I came out when I was a wee 12 years old. I came out as bisexual. I first came out to probably my sister and some friends because I found that someone I was friends with, I realized that the friendship I had was not just friendship, and I liked this person way more than I would like a friend. Mm-hmm. So that's when I went with, okay, I'm bisexual, because I didn't know much about like pride or any kind of different sexualities or genders. Mm-hmm. So when I came out to my mom, I cried. I didn't know how she would react. Mm-hmm. But she accepted me immediately. She was like, why would you ever think that I would think of you differently? She's like, you are my child and I love you, and there's nothing that you can do that's gonna change that. So coming out to my mom was very easy, and coming out to my other parent was a lot more nerve-wracking just due to their religion, but my stepdad had no issue with it at all. So I was one of the very lucky people in the community to have a very accepting and loving family, because a lot of people don't get that, and just for that, I count myself to be very, very lucky.
That's very nice too. So of course, definitely, it is a lot harder for a lot of people when it comes to this kind of stuff, and it's nerve-wracking. It definitely is. Like, yeah. There's no such thing as this being easy. Mm-hmm. Like, hands down, power to you and power to so many people that do come out and, you know, everything of this sort, because holy crap, like I said, it really isn't easy. It is so hard to do all of this, and you and to everyone in the community, I'm proud, definitely proud of everyone and what all of you like just normal human beings are able to do, like, and the whole community. So power to you, power to everyone in the community and whatnot. All of you are the real OGs. All of you are like the real ones, the courageous in a way.
I agree, because I mean, at that, when you're coming to the conclusion of thinking I want to come out, your whole life could change in the matter of 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. So as someone in the community, to everyone else in the community, if you have come out, or if you are in the process of coming out, just know that I support you, and there will always be safe places, and I am proud of every single one of you.
Y'all heard it there. It's a real one too. But continue on with so much more in this topic. The biggest question I do want to ask is, to you personally, what does pride mean to you, or what does it mean, and how much does it mean to you?
Pride means, I guess pride means everything to me. As wonderful as it would be to live in a world where everyone accepts everything, it just unfortunately isn't that way. So with the way that the world is, there are so many people that are in fear and struggle with, are my rights going to be taken away, and not knowing if they're going to be able to marry the person that they want to be with. And
Of course.
even for me, every now and then I get so deep in thought and scared that, will I be able to marry the person that I want to be with? Will I be able to interact with my partner the same way heterosexual couples can? And so instead of pride being more of a thing, it's more of a lifestyle and trying to navigate your world through this different path, as most people will think that it's a different path, even though it's not. Everyone wants to be happy, and so pride means everything to me.
No, that's a great answer too, because it really, because I know definitely it means a lot in different ways to different people, and how, of course, how they identify themselves, how they kind of express themselves in the way they want to be expressed. And of course it's not easy. It is scary. Definitely this stuff is not easy to come by. It is very scary stuff, and it's hard. It's hard to please other people, but I think that's the main thing, is screw what other people think, you know?
Yeah.
As long as you're true to yourself in the end, it's you who can make the change for yourself. And as long as you know who you are, that's more power to you in that, right? But yeah, of course. So the next thing I want to ask too, adding on to this, is now how much understanding of your sexuality and your identity, how much understanding has that changed over time? And if so, how has it changed, and in what ways did it change over all this time? Like, that since you were, I think if I remember correctly, you said that you were 12. Yep. How's it like now that you're 21? How has anything changed, or, and if anything slightly changed in any way, how has that, or why and how has that changed?
That is a really good question. But I mean, yeah, it started out when I was 12 and I came out as bi, and I had one other friend that was pansexual, and I had no idea what that meant. And so she explained it to me, and I then just decided that that's what suits me. So by the time I was 15, I was saying I was pansexual, and so far that hasn't changed. But whenever I started having issues with my identity around 15 and 16, which I am still currently facing, it is really hard, but I learned to just go with the day-to-day stuff. If I feel a certain way today, I could feel different tomorrow. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's not saying that it's a phase, or that everyone's going to change and no longer be gay, but it's just that you should feel comfortable in who you are today and not worry about tomorrow as much as you can, because that will be the best way that you can live your life.
Definitely. And that really is the best way you can live your life, is just be you. Be you, do you, you know, hopefully someone else can just be themselves and do whatever they need to do, instead of worrying so much about what other people are saying, or what other people think and whatnot, or what the kind of negativity they bring to that community. Because in the end, just love each other. That's all it is. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
it's the concept. I mean, excuse me for saying this, but it's the concept of you need to tell some people, just don't be stupid. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. If you don't want to tell your parents, tell the closest person to you that you know you can trust.
Exactly.
Because even that will bring a little bit of the weight off. And that will be the best thing for not only your mental health, but your physical health too.
Exactly. And it's something, yeah, sometimes you just need to at least let someone know, because if you keep it pent up so much inside, this can be on anything, but definitely on this subject, is that, I don't know, I feel like it just eats at you. Like, it really just eats at you so much, and it's one day you can't hold it anymore, right? And it's the worst case scenario, you're gonna end up hurting yourself in any way, which is not what anyone wants to happen, or anyone wants to see happen to you. Because just know in the end that you're very loved, and that there are people out there who genuinely do care about you. They genuinely do worry about you and whatnot. So it's like, holy crap, like, come on, just instead of worrying so much about what people want, just be nice to them, support them, and then it'll get both of you and the individual a long way in life.
Yeah. And while it's easier said than done, stop trying to please people.
That's true.
If, like, you, be the best you that you can be, and don't let anyone get in the way of that.
Definitely. But yeah, I think you made such a great point right there, and hands down to you, hands down to anyone who is able to express themselves, because that stuff isn't hard. Like, I've said it, I know I already said it, but it really isn't hard. It really isn't easy. My bad. It's very hard. But going on, I think to kind of lighten the mood a little bit too, I do want to ask though, what's your favorite piece of like queer media or like representation?
I am so glad that you asked. So my favorite piece of queer representation is the show Steven Universe. That show, it was made by someone named Rebecca Sugar. They also worked on Adventure Time, but Sugar identifies as non-binary. And Steven Universe, while it is a show the focused demographic being for kids, it is for people of all ages. It works through so many different aspects of growing up, mental health, gender identity, family and parenting, sexuality, relationships. When it came out, I was like 2015. I was 15, and so I watched it and I thought it was cute, but by the time I was an adult and I rewatched it, it helped me figure out so many different things. I understood all of the different meanings and themes and lessons within the show that genuinely helped me figure out things in some of the worst situations that I have been in.
Oh yeah, it's for me. I never watched the show, but I know my siblings have, and from what I've kind of walked up and downstairs and see, it's a good show. Like,
it looks like
so
a really
good show. The music in it is very nice too, and there's actually like so much meaning in each song. Because I actually sat down and went on YouTube and just searched up some of their songs, and I was like, holy crap, this stuff has like very deep meaning behind it. And it's crazy too that this is on.
It is so good.
It's so crazy that this is like on Cartoon Network, like on such a big program of like a big cartoon program, because heck, you know how things are with companies. You would never think that this stuff would all of a sudden pop up on this kind of media.
Oh yeah. And they broke the boundary as far as showing any same-sex relationships in kid shows. They had, I want to say, I could be wrong, so don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure that for Cartoon Network, they had the first same-sex kiss. in any kids shows on Cartoon Network.
That's actually crazy.
It is. And they did it, and they smashed it, and that show makes me cry every single time I watch it.
It's a good show, and of course, from what I've heard, the movie is even better.
Oh, it is.
Like the last technically the last episode, right? Is like a movie special.
Mm-hmm.
And I hear that it was of course, definitely the score, the music in that last movie, pretty darn good. Like I was hearing it from upstairs, and personally I was like, holy crap, they go hard.
Yeah, if there's anyone here that doesn't want to watch it, at least listen to some of the music. It is so beautifully done.
Oh yeah, definitely. They spend time on the lyrics, they spend time on the instruments, and just like every little detail on it.
Yeah.
As well. But that's pretty cool though. Is there any kind of other like media or representation that you watch or that you like, or is it primarily Steven Universe?
It's primarily Steven Universe. That show has my soul in a death grip.
That's great though. That's great. Too. And it really is like it's such a. I think nowadays this should be definitely something that should be taught. Like should be have an understanding, because it's fine. I just think that personally this should be taught in either be parent to kid. It should be known in a way, because the longer people keep it away from their kids, the more trouble is going to be in the future.
Yeah,
that's
I
the
think
best way of saying it.
Yeah, and it's so important. I think that because there are certain episodes that deal with kids being stressed from their parents, and I think that all parents, any lesson of that show that has parenting involved, I think parents need to watch it, because I think it helps not only kids understand their parents, but it helps parents understand their kids.
Definitely. And I agree with you, because that's what parents should be doing, is understanding their kids, as well as having their kids feel safe and safe at home, or have a kind of a place where their kids are safe in a way. It's crazy. It's crazy to see how one small thing can affect such a big outcome.
Yeah.
Like just by small, teaching the kids, or having them understand, like, it doesn't even have to be at the age of 5 or the age of 6, but maybe when they hit their teenage years, that's the craziest years is when you're a teenager, because that's when all the questions start coming in.
Oh yeah.
And definitely, I think a lot of parents, a lot of guardians should incorporate that kind of talk. So like in the future, like even if your kid ends up being straight, or ends up being heterosexual, it's still good for your kid to know and understand, so that they don't go off and make fun of other kids or other people that are different than them.
Yeah, I absolutely agree.
Because that's it's hard. It's really hard to have a kid grow up in such a community that is very against it, so that they continue that trend of being very against it, when in the end they can just be taught, understand, and go on their merry way, instead of wasting that energy, passion on it. Because there's a lot of things that it sucks. It sucks when you hear it, and when you hear a lot of people say a lot of mean things about it, because you're just like, holy crap, these are just people. Let them do what they want.
Yeah. I truly believe that Steven Universe is a cure-all for the entire world.
It is. It's a very well done show, and it's a very well done, like easy to understand, easy to learn in a way. And that actually adds on to the next question I wanted to ask you, which was, based on your consumption of media, has that changed your perspective of either, or was that a big influence on your perspective of your identity and or your sexuality?
Absolutely. There are so many, just growing up, for every person, like regardless of whatever sexuality or gender, like it is so hard to grow up, and it's hard to figure yourself out, especially when you have no one to be there for you. And so it's, as far as media goes, Steven Universe was the best way. It captures feelings so beautifully throughout the whole show that there was an episode that I watched and it explained a situation that I was going through completely, that I had no idea I was going through it until I watched how it made these characters feel. And just that one episode, like, legitimately changed my life. So, while media can be hard, and a difficult subject for a lot of people in the community, I think that finding the right kind of media that promotes it and encourages it, even if it's in a subtle way, I think that that is the best thing that anyone can do.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing, because going off about media, like social media and stuff, and just media in general. I think 2 podcast episodes ago, I actually had an artist that is transition, male to female, on here they go by the name of Cynthion. Great artist and a great advocate for the LGBTQ+ community. I spent some time in their Discord, and hands down, some of the nicest and funniest people I've ever met.
Yeah.
They are great. It's a great community, and it's a very safe community as well too, because it's just as if everyone is normal. There's no one bashing on each other. It's only good vibes, positivity, and it really is the definition of a safe space, kind of like the community that you've been building as well. And it's great. It's great to see that kind of stuff, because it's hard. It really is hard to find that kind of space, find that kind of community to be part of.
Yeah.
So,
and
sorry, go on. Sorry about that.
That's what I aim for, is I want to have a safe space where people can gather and they can be whoever they want to be, even if their personal life isn't going good. I want them to feel like they have a place to be themselves. And I think that anyone who also goes for that kind of vibe in their content online is single-handedly, like, saving a lot of people's mental health if they have nowhere else to go.
Oh yeah, definitely. So, kind of going on a little bit back towards the safe space and streaming, is what is your goal for your streams? Like, definitely a safe space, but what can you say from your own perspective and your own ideals? What do you want to create out of your community? What do you want to what kind of goal do you have in mind for that?
I mean, just more on the safe space, but also just where we can all just feel like we're friends, like we're all having a sleepover. That was one of the biggest things I was thinking of when I first started streaming, was I want it to feel like a sleepover where we can share all of our secrets, we can giggle until 3 a.m, and we can be our true selves and not worry about anything else in the world. And so that is what helps me. I always had the most fun at sleepovers when I was a kid, and so when I thought about streaming, I was like, well, I'm going to be playing games, but I need something that's going to make people feel welcome. And so just having music, even if my streams get a little bit crazy sometimes, sleepovers get crazy. And so sleepovers was the biggest idea of why I wanted to do what I do.
Plus, it just sounds like a fun time.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, so when's the pillow fights? When's the gossip?
Oh, I don't know.
When's the Luigi board coming out? Yes, I said Waluigi board.
That's coming out for a very special 4 a.m. stream. I'm not telling anyone when it is besides the time. You just have to check my channel every single night at 4:20.
You heard it. Just follow Softpoke at twitch.tv/softpoke and give her a follow, right?
Truly, you'll become a part of the chaos.
Yep, right there. But I think there's a big question that I got from some of the viewers. I mean, a lot of these questions are from the viewers as well.
Mm-hmm.
As I mean, you kind of know it. I'm gonna be real with you. You know it. You kind of popped into my But definitely, I think here's my favorite one. It is kind of part of us questions on streaming. But who's your favorite streamer and why is it TizzyQ? No, I'm joking. Who would you say your favorite streamer is, or someone that influenced you a lot, or that inspired you a lot?
Legally, as Tizzy's mod, I am required to say that he is my favorite because Bruce knows where I live. But if I broke the contract, the blood contract for about 3 seconds, I would have to say it's a long list. I have like 5 people that just mean. So Ash Snapham, obviously. She's my cousin, beautiful. I love her, and I can't wait to see her.
That's our Animal Crossing mom.
But outside of the blood contract as well, TizzyQ is one of my favorite streamers.
Wonderful voice. I love that man's voice.
He could sing me to sleep every night, I swear.
Same.
And a streamer called Little Juju. She has a lot of the kind of vibes that I go for. But she was very special to me because I found her during a very, very difficult time in my life. Mm-hmm. And that was a space where I could just hide and have fun. And she was sounds like she's dead, but she's not.
She's still here.
she's still here, she's still streaming, she's fine. But she is probably one of the biggest influences that I have, because both her and Ash just were so just in my heart, because I had a space where I could be myself and I could escape everything in my world, and everyone here just literally means everything to me. So
yeah. No, that got me all a little choked up.
No, don't get choked up.
No, that's very sweet though. That is very sweet of you, and of course, definitely all those streamers, great people. And I think one time you did introduce us to Lil Juju through a raid, if I'm correct.
Yes, too. I did.
Very funny person. It was a great time too. But yeah, I mean, definitely not only that, but when it comes to streaming, what do you say, even though you're a variety streamer and everything, what would you say is your main focus? Like, you're so far from what you've done, like your game focus. Or your stream focus in a way.
I want it to be low key with mild chaos. And that also goes into the games that I pick. Sometimes I pick these, I don't want to say awful, beautifully not crafted, so well done games. And some of them are hilarious. Some of them are absolute flops, and I just have to change the game. but I want to be able to bring some kind of new and weird experience to every stream that I do. And so many of the games that I've played are just so weird, and I love to bring that to people.
Mm-hmm.
So being low-key and fun, but also being safe and fun.
Of course. And that's pretty fun stuff too in the end, because definitely being on your streams and seeing the type of games that you've been playing, they are hilarious. Even though some of them don't work out, some of them are very feelsy. Some of them you've created many memes out of, and we know basically what the main game is that has created many memes and the start of a very active community. You know who you are.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's definitely. I still remember the best one that I walked into you playing was the rat game.
Oh my god.
That one was hilarious.
Yeah.
Just play as a rat. Is your ratatouille?
I lived my dream for about 15 minutes. I thought that game was going to be like an hour, but it was the best 15 minutes I have ever experienced. I was a rat. I was crawling around the street looking for hot dogs so I could find my owner, and that's what I want. That's what I want to be when I grow up, is a rat.
The rat that goes around New York City eating hot dogs to find its owner.
Yes.
That's
rat
a goal. That's a goal right there. That's a unit. Also, talking about rats, I've been trying to find on this podcast. I mean, I am not asking for your help because we already know what you're gonna. I already know what you're gonna say, but I've been trying to find a way to call the viewers and stuff. And you were the first one to initiate a very interesting name.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, and you know how crazy it was, how many people jumped onto that. I am not calling my viewers the rat gang, but I just want to let you know that you were the initiator, and congratulations for starting it.
You're very welcome. But I also did think of a very cute thing that you could call everyone here.
Oh, lay it on us.
Rat gang with 2 G's.
No. Why?
You brought me all the way on your podcast just to tell me no?
Yes.
Sorry, everyone. I thought it would work.
Wow. I never thought I would hate it here on my very own podcast, but I do.
That's always the goal with me.
Man.
I seem very nice and heartfelt, and then you get to know me, and I am chaos.
All of a sudden, sweetie swaggity, everyone's part of the rat gang. Rats together, strong together. Am I right?
Yes.
Oh boy, howdy. But I think another question that I think one of the viewers wanted to ask you was, why is it that you only have 2 choices of barfing or crying at the end of the stream? Will there be another third option?
Well, I mean, there are only 2 acceptable responses to my stream ending, which is barfing and crying, but most people tend to cry, so then I don't have to clean anything up. But if you choose to barf instead, then I actually just ban you for 10 years on my channel.
Wait, 10 years?
Yeah, 10 years.
That's too short. Go 20.
Too short?
That's too short. Call it 20 and we'll call it a deal.
Let's just make it 50.
Understandable. Have a good day.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll shake on it there. You heard that, folks? 50 years.
Deal.
Alright. Going kind of leaning from streaming to more of like the funny questions. Let's start off. Who was your first fictional crush?
Super Sonico.
Super Sonico?
Super Sonico.
Hey,
yeah.
You went straight to the anime.
Absolutely. As far as my childhood, I don't know if I could place one. I don't think I mean, if we're going like super early on, it was
Mhm.
probably Zuko from Avatar: The
no,
Last Airbender.
Understandable.
But
Same.
I mean, I saw Supersonico and oh, my heart was just stolen.
It just hit different.
It did, and it hits different to this day.
Quick question: do you have a figurine of Supersonico, or do you wish to have one?
I don't own one for the sake of my reputation.
Sake of what, huh? What?
If you find one, it's not mine.
Listen, at least you're not Tizzy Q, and he has 2 body pillows, okay?
I know.
Figurines are fine, but when you get a body pillow, you just become someone else.
It's true.
That's true. You know, we said it here. But yeah, but I'm telling you, we gotta go back. Zuko, that's my boy.
Oh,
Oh.
Zuko.
He really Zuko and then Todoroki after. Something about the Fire Boys.
the Fire Boys just they know where it's at. They gotta have the eye scar and everything.
Honestly, that's what I'm saying.
If you don't have an eye scar, I don't want you.
Wait a minute, that don't sound right.
Okay, I'm legally, I take that back. I have lawyers.
Okay, but hear me out. I know this is gonna come off weird, but to anyone who was within the years of understanding childhood of Space Jam, you know where I'm getting at.
Oh wait.
You know, if you know, you know. I'm not saying the name.
Oh wait, we're not playing that. We're not playing that game.
Let's be honest.
I didn't say anything.
There's a lot of they knew what they were doing. They knew who we were watching. They know.
They know. And even in the new one, they held up. I didn't either. I just saw the commercial.
You saw the commercial for it?
Yeah.
Like, it's that, or you watch Pokemon growing up. It's either if you didn't watch Space Jam, then you know that there's Pokemon. By that I mean,
yeah.
I mean not the Pokemon, but you know which kind of Pokemon I'm talking about. But I'm talking about like Misty or May, James, and Jenny.
Oh.
And what else was there? Oh, that's actually a great question. Were you more of an Officer Jenny or Nurse Joy?
Oh my god, don't even make me pick. I have prints of both of them.
You gotta pick one. There can only be one.
My brain wants to say Officer Jenny.
Let's go, Team Jenny!
But for bad reasons. So I'm gonna go with Nurse Joy.
Oh, how dare. How dare. You know who was the real one though? James.
Yeah.
James was the real one.
I agree with that.
Who needed all the Pokemon girls when you had James? He was a real one.
Truly.
Honestly,
he had every costume.
He did, and I think his story was like the most tearjerker story.
I know. Out of all of the characters, they were like, let's choose James. Let's make them cry over James.
That's exactly what they did. They were legitimately, let's give a kid, let's make him a rich kid, but he's neglected.
Yeah.
And that's why he joined Team Rocket, is because there was people who actually talked to him and who wanted to be his friends on his team. That's where, like, Meowth and Jessie came in.
Yeah.
So I was like, holy crap. Who needs them? Even though I'll be honest, I did have a crush on May. It was May over Misty.
Really?
Yep. It was if I had to say, May, Dawn, Misty. Those are my 3. But James is my number 1 best boy.
Yeah, I think James would have to be mine too.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I was a Misty girl. Oh wait, no, I take that back. I'm pretty sure Cheryl is a mother.
Oh,
She
Cheryl.
might be, but Cheryl could break my heart, and I'd be happy with it.
I mean, if we're going with we're going with something like that, then I'm talking about what's her name? Oh, who was the Pokemon champ? The Pokemon Diamond and Pearl Pokemon champ. What's her name again?
I have no idea.
Was it Cynthia or something like that? You know who I'm talking about. The blonde hair chick, Pokemon champion. Oh my gosh. Yep, Cynthia. Oh
yeah,
dude,
Cynthia.
Yeah, Cynthia can step on me.
I allow it.
Yep.
I allow it.
You can step on me. She is my Pokemon champion. On God.
Cheryl is mine. Well, Ditto is mine. I would
Ditto.
let Ditto step on me.
You know, Ditto can become anyone, any Pokemon, and any person you want. So that's
what I'm saying.
But just if you look in the eyes, there is no soul.
Oh, absolutely not. It's
So-
a ghost in a puppet costume.
I don't like the way that's said. Holy crap!
It's just, it's a puppet costume, but there's nothing in it.
Oh no!
Yeah.
All right, moving on before things get even more weird. Okay, here's a good one. Here's definitely a good one. And B-Blocks, I do not want to hear about the vampire mommy last. Okay, good. First, if you can name one anime, movie, or piece of pop culture that made a big impact on you as a person, who would it be, and what would it be?
I'm gonna go back to it, but Steven Universe.
Steven Universe.
It not only does it like teach all those wonderful lessons, but I mentioned before that there was an episode that literally changed my life, and it was the episode named Alone at Sea, and it shows a character named Lapis taking a stand after being in an unhealthy relationship with one of the characters named Jasper for a really long time, just years of awful stuff. And in my heart, and in my head, everything to me made sense when Lapis says, "I never want to feel how I felt with you. It wasn't healthy."
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I watched that when I was in the process of getting away from this person that I didn't want to be with for years on end. And that was the first piece of media that put all of those confusing feelings that I had been having for years into words.
Mm-hmm.
So I every time I see that episode or hear any songs from it, it's I'm done with it. I cry. I can't help it.
It's different.
It does.
Yep. It's good stuff. It really is good stuff, and that's a great answer, because that piece of pop culture, that show, it definitely probably most likely had a big impact on so many different people.
Yeah.
Because holy crap, good.
It's good. I'm #1 Steven Universe fan.
Posters upon posters in your room with figurines, right?
oh yeah, all over my ceiling. There is not
go.
a spot that doesn't have Steven Universe on it.
That's the good stuff right there. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Exactly. And going more on the Steven Universe, we did talk about how much it was such a game changer for media, and honestly, it was the first piece of media, right? Like, that boomed off of Cartoon Network as well. Like, you have a bunch of other shows, but it was that, and then Adventure Time started doing their thing with what, Marceline and Princess Bubblegum.
Yeah.
Like right after Steven Universe came out, and I think a lot of creators got more comfortable because someone did it, right?
Yeah, and I mean, I think it was such a good thing, because I know with Steven Universe, the higher-ups were saying that they didn't want all of these things, and they just went ahead and did it anyways. And so that was like they broke down a wall for so many other shows that are even coming out now, where they have non-binary people, they have same-sex relationships. There are so many kids shows now that have all of these different characters on the spectrum of gender and sexuality, and I think that it is so important for young people to consume that kind of media so it feels normal to them, so it's not kind of how it was 10, 20, 30 years ago, where no one understands. If all of these kids can have, oh, this is my favorite show and this is my favorite character, and they can just, another kid can say, yeah, I like that character, but I also like that one, and it's such a good way for people that are that young to understand how they're feeling.
Oh yeah, because I know definitely they did something similar like that to the new Buzz Lightyear movie, in a way. If you heard about that?
No, I haven't.
There is a scene in the movie that has two of the same sex characters kiss, or like I think it's like a birthday party or retirement party, and people went crazy over that. You got people who are definitely, hands down, power to them supporting it, and you also got people that are like, what is this? This is one of my children and all that stuff, and I'm just like, chill out.
Yeah.
That's not. It's not a spoiler, because it's all over Twitter. If it's all over Twitter, it's a spoiler gone spoiled.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that if a parent, and this is just my own little opinion, I think that if a parent doesn't let their children watch a show for 4 seconds of content, I think that they are not doing, I don't want to say they're not doing justice, but like, you aren't going to be able to keep your kids safe from everything. And if it's something that is not going to harm them or haunt them for years on end, like showing them a horror movie or something, just let it happen. Because it's going to happen later on in their lives anyways, whether it is them growing into a different sexuality or them seeing it. So you might as well start them young.
Yeah, like, they're going to see it eventually. I mean, and again, if you're a parent and you don't want to have your kids say that, just tell them to close their eyes for a few seconds, because you know that they're going to learn about it when they're older. Like, it's not, you don't have to bash on it. You don't have to be a jerk over it. It's just like, all right, kiddo, just close your eyes for a second, for like, a few seconds and stuff. And then if they ask you about it, just, we'll have a talk when you get a little bit older, when you're able to understand. Like, that's all a parent has to say. That's it. It's really crazy how much they have to go, like, on a tangent with their kids, like, don't watch this, this is not good for you, it's gonna make you this, it's gonna make you that. I'm like, just tell the kid, some people just like people just like each other. That's it.
And then there are the people that start petitions and they're like, we don't like Buzz Lightyear anymore.
Honestly, and it just creates more problems in the world, like unnecessary problems for a animation and for shows and for people the workers there, because you get complaints like that. It stresses everyone out, and it puts so much energy on something so small and so dumb. You're like, so what? It's not gonna affect your life. Just because you see a gay kiss, it's not gonna kill you. It's not gonna ruin your life. Isn't ruined. Like, move on, go touch grass. I don't know. I remember seeing that over Twitter, and I saw a lot of people talk about it and stuff, and I'm just like, man, why are people arguing about this stuff? It's just a movie, let them do what they want to do in a movie.
And I mean, I remember quite a while ago, I don't even know when this was, but like, I remember Campbell's came out with a commercial of, there was no even kissing or anything, it was a same-sex marriage, and they were just eating soup because they were sick and feeling better, and then people were like, I'm never buying from Campbell's again. And I was like, okay, sit down and
the Campbell's chicken noodle soup.
That's what I'm saying.
Gosh, man, it's so weird. Okay, going on that topic, hear me out. It is so weird when people say, if you eat that, it will turn you this. it's wild how people are so scared that they use that as an excuse.
Yeah, like, oh, they put the secret gay formula in their soup.
If you eat that, you're gonna turn gay. I was like, what? It's just chicken noodle soup. It's chicken broth with chicken breast and noodles.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I don't know. It's crazy to hear that. To hear some people make those excuses and stuff. It's like, oh my gosh, just go drink some water. You know?
Yeah, just close your eyes, take the label off, and just eat the soup. It doesn't matter.
It's not gonna hurt you. It's not gonna kill you. It's just soup. Just chicken broth. What more do you want from chicken broth?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh man. Also, I never got to ask you, because I asked everyone this when they're on the podcast. But how did you come up with your username, Softpoke?
Oh, I wish I had a better story, but I was looking for a new username, and believe it or not, my username is actually Pokemon related.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking of, well, what's my favorite Pokemon? And I just couldn't think of one. So I was like, well, what was my favorite Pokemon as a kid? And I was one of the weird kids. I didn't like Pikachu. I didn't like Eevee. I liked Slowpoke because he was lazy, and I felt that. And I was just like, I want to be Slowpoke. And so I figured, how could I change this up to not make it like the exact same? And I was like, well, soft is a cute word. So I'll just make it Softpoke. And it stuck. I made that in 2016, I want to say. And I've had it all this time. Yeah.
Because I know you were saying about Pokemon, so I was like, Softpoke? Is it supposed to be Softpokey?
Yeah, and a lot of people ask that. They say, oh, Softpokey. And I'm like, oh no, it's just like poke, like slow poke. And then they're like, oh, okay. But like, honestly, if people call me Pokey, I don't care. Pokey's kind of cute too, so.
It is. I don't know why. It's something about Pokey, and you know what? This doesn't make me a Pokemon advocate, but Pokey is a cute name, or a cute word.
It's also a very delicious dish.
It is. Oh, I love Pokey.
Me too.
It's so expensive though. It's like $11-12 for a bowl.
It is.
Or like little cubes of fish that they don't even give you enough of.
I know. I went to Hawaii and I had it, and they do it right.
They do.
They know how to make it beautiful. And then I came back and I was like, I want this, and they gave me something completely different, and I was like, why is it different here?
Why does it not feel right?
Yeah.
Right. It don't look good as it once did.
Yeah, now I just have to go back to Hawaii just so I can eat some Pokey.
Just buying a plane ticket, forehead. That's all you
gotta
do. Just buy like $1,000 plane ticket to Hawaii.
I'm doing it. Right after the podcast, I'm doing it.
Yep, just $1,000 right out, just easy money, right?
Oh, absolutely.
God, my student loans are crawling back at me.
I'm secretly a millionaire. I am the OEC of Amazon.
Oh man, Bezos, is that you?
Yeah.
Oh God.
I just have a wig on.
Ugh. But talking about Poke and stuff. What would, I mean, food in general. What would you say your comfort food is?
Oh damn.
It's a hard one.
Sorry, I don't know if you can swear, but I think mine is more of like a favorite little treat. I love those tiny frosted circus animals with the sprinkles on them.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, I can't eat them anymore because I'm gluten free, but my grandma always had a jar full of those when I was a kid, so they just remind me of being a little kid again. And so now, even though I should not eat them, every now and then I get a little tiny bag and I'm like, here it is, It's time to have emotions again.
No, I don't blame you. I'm with you on that.
They're
Those
so
are
good.
they're bomb. They're like they just hit right.
They do, and I honestly, truly believe that they are laced with something.
They got a little special thing in them, you know?
Yeah, made with love or whatever they call it.
The quote unquote love.
Yeah.
That's why they come in different colors. Or is that or the more you eat it, the more different colors you start seeing.
Yeah.
It's like what? It's like the white frosting, pink frosting, and those. It's those, right? And they got sprinkles on them. And, they just, as a kid growing up, and you just have those. Oh, you just can't stop. You have one, you gotta have another, and you gotta have another, and another one.
Yeah, and I was one of those kids that truly believed that the pink and white ones did taste different. And you can't change my mind now. To me, I'm pretty sure they taste different.
I'm a real dude. I always thought the white ones were vanilla flavor and the pink ones were like strawberry flavored.
Wait. I'm gonna have to go get some, because now I need to test that theory.
Oh no. No, it's not just a theory, it's a game theory. No, I'm joking.
It's true.
Don't sue me. The Mandela effect. Oh gosh. Tell me about it.
Oh, I know.
They hit different.
They do.
But yeah, I mean, we're approaching our hour-and-a-half mark, so if you want to take a little break, get some water, get something to munch on if you're a little bit hungry on your end. If anyone in chat has any questions that you want to ask Softpoke, feel free to ask some questions. We'll see, and just have fun, while we answer this kind of stuff. Also, it is crazy. It is very crazy that we've hit $445. I only put in
what?
Yep. I just donated to the extra $20. We also hit a target. Hit the 400. So I guess we gotta do the thing.
500, and he puts the cat ears on too.
Oh, brother. But yeah, I mean, let me know, like, if you need any more water and stuff, feel free. Unless you're cool to keep on going.
Oh yeah, I'm cool to keep on going.
All right, then. The question from Tiz: you have been granted one wish. What do you wish for and why?
My heart, my little wee baby heart, wants every figurine I could ever want. But I think if I had to wish for one thing, if I only had the opportunity to wish for one thing ever in my life, I would make it something that would benefit everyone. So I think like a little switch on your brain where you can turn off all of those scribbled thoughts that you're feeling, just even if it's for a minute or 5 minutes every day, because everyone in this world is so hard on themselves and they don't give themselves time to properly think of things. It could be that they just don't have the time, or that they push it down in hopes that it'll just go away. But I think if everyone had the opportunity to clear their head for just a little bit, that the world would genuinely be a much better place.
That's actually a really good answer.
But also, like, figurines.
Just all of them. Just give me all of them. But yeah.
Yes.
Another question from SheepwaveTV this time. But current favorite band and or song and or band.
Funny enough that Mr. Sheepwave himself asked, but it would have to be Time Machine. by Sheepwave.
Yes.
I have that song on replay. I have been listening to that song. I think I found it a while after it came out, but it is in my playlist. I listen to it all the time. I love it so much.
Well, now you can with Chili's. That's right. You can take down the boss.
Time machine.
The boss burger.
Yeah, time machine.
Time machine. That's all I'm saying.
Beef.
Good stuff.
Smoked.
I think as far as like a favorite band, Death Cab for a Cutie. I've been listening to them since probably like over 10 years now.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good. Also, apologies on that. If you guys did hear the shout out and hear the whole clip of SheepwaveTV, I have a thing now that whenever we do an exclamation point, or my mods do an exclamation point, so someone, a clip will be played, so you can kind of see how chaotic they are.
Oh no!
It does play a clip. I don't know if the audio, I know the audio shows up, but I don't know if the video shows up of the clip. But if so, I will have to fix that. But yeah, back to it. But definitely, oh dude, Time Machine's such a great.
Hey, we can trade in. Let's
go,
baby.
Uh-oh, someone.
You all didn't believe in me. None of you believed in me.
Oh, I hear TCQ going off. I don't see
it. No.
I don't see the clip, but I hear the audio.
Yeah, I don't see it anywhere on the screen, but
that's right. That's what happens. That's what happens when you mess with the best.
It's going on. I need to fix that. Let's whatever. It's just the audio. I'll fix it later. But yeah, real talk though. SheepwaveTV, their music, top tier. Top tier music. Sleepless Nights, Kway Me Me. Oh man.
Oh, Kway Me Me.
Yep.
I hear that song when I go to fall asleep at night. Every night, seconds before I'm about to fall asleep, I hear that at full volume.
The national anthem.
It is. I wake up every morning at 3:45 a.m. and I blast it and put my hand over my heart.
For real. You do that too?
Yeah, I knew a couple people did it and I just wanted to honor the tradition.
True. It's so good though. Oh, if y'all could go check out SheepwaveTV's music on Spotify. I think I have a command for it. So, God, actually, that right? Does that work? Yeah, that works. But yeah, I mean, let's see. Let me see if there's any more questions.
Okay.
I think I did see one. But I gotta scroll a bit because it was chaotic. Oh yeah, who's the better daddy, Sheepwave or Tizzy Q? And as B-Box says, and why is it Sheepwave?
Well, it feels illegal to say Sheepwave because we're technically related.
That's true.
So
you heard that, B-Box? You made it weird. B-Box, you made it weird. Thanks for making it weird, buddy.
Thanks, B-Box. Why would you do that?
The daddy duo, though, that's for real. But yeah, no, I'm telling you, Daddy Q hit different.
Yeah, Beefy Q, Stinky Q. I am a mod, so we both are. We are both children of Beefy Q.
Yes, we are. We love our short queens.
We do.
Yes, we do. We support our short queens out there all the way, 100%. Yeah, but okay. A few more questions, and we're almost there. So here's one that chat did ask me a while back was, during Christmas, what do you think is the most Christmassy drink? Chocolate milk or eggnog?
Well, I am lactose intolerant.
Oh, welcome to the club.
Oh, for me, my favorite Christmassy drink is the souls of all the children that are on the naughty list.
Wait, hold on. That don't sound right.
Oh, was that not an option?
You know what? We'll make an option.
Okay, okay, good.
Uh-huh.
Third option, the souls of naughty children.
Good answer. Pretty delicious. Man, there's a lot of those naughty children. That's a lot of souls.
Mhm.
That is a lot of souls. That's for sure. Not gonna lie, that's for sure.
It is, and it tastes kind of like the both of them mixed together. So it's a good alternative
That's
for
true.
us lactose intolerant friends.
That is a solid answer. That's for sure. So, coming back to video gaming, I know you play Stardew Valley, right?
Yes, I do.
What's your thoughts on Stardew Valley?
I love it. It has me. Stardew Valley is a jail for me. I play it for months on end, and then I just stop playing it, and then it reels me back in. I'm a little fish, and it reels me back in. And I highly recommend it for everyone that would like to waste all of the time in the world so you can have your little own farm.
Okay, secondary question though. Great game. Everyone's got to play it once. It is your typical Animal Crossing Rune Factory.
Mhm.
But the question we're all asking, even ourselves: favorite Stardew daddy and or mommy?
Oh, can I have one of both?
Yes, one of both.
Okay. I mean, for the Stardew Daddy, it's gotta be Sebastian.
That's true.
The
Sebastian do hitting kinda
emo
different.
dream of my teenage heart. He also likes frogs for some reason.
Mhm.
But for a mommy, I mean, Abigail.
Abigail.
Abigail's got the purple hair. She dresses cool. And I want her to step on me respectfully.
So I think we know what your type is.
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah.
it's
I like the
it's
alternative besties
goth.
out
It's
there.
the alternatives, the goth.
Yeah.
No, understandable. Because no, like they're actually I really enjoyed their stories though. When you got to know
Yeah.
them, like I don't know why, but Stardew Valley did really good in characters.
Oh, I know. I could go through and, like, with that game, you can go through and you don't necessarily even have to romance someone in that game. But if you wanted to, you could go through and romance every single person, and it would take so long. But it would be so cool to learn about all of their different stories and what they like and how the relationship between you and that character would go.
Yeah, it really is a well-made game with a lot of
It
good dialogue.
is.
Because you lose track of time, like hands down, you lose track of time playing that game.
You do. I have spent days where I'm just like, oh yeah, like, oh, I'll get on my computer for a little bit and play Stardew. The next thing I know, I get on at noon and it's 11 o'clock at night.
Like, what
I'm like,
what happened?
all I did was go through summer in Stardew. It couldn't have taken that long. And you lose years of your life when you play it, but I promise you it's worth it.
It is. It's a great time killer.
It
If you
is.
just want to waste time and kill time one day when you're free, hands down, Stardew Valley, Rune Factory, or even like Animal Crossing, or
Yeah,
games
because
games are good.
there's always so much to do
Mm-hmm.
in those games. You never have a spot where you're like, oh, what should I do? It's always, I have all of these things to do. Can I do them before the day ends?
Exactly. And then it's like what, like at like 2 a.m, your character passes out if you don't get it done in time.
Yeah.
Like that. and you waste like half a day, or like your health is deteriorated. It's a lot of. I mean, even though it's your typical pixelated kind of game, it's very well done. Because I know a lot of people do not like those type of games where it looks more pixel. But man, just give it a try, and you're gonna lose track of time.
Yeah, I was one of those people. I first started playing Stardew when I was waiting for Animal Crossing New Horizons to come out. And so I started playing it and I was like, oh, I don't really like know how I feel about this. I was playing it on the Switch, so like it wasn't the best way to play it. And then when I moved to Texas, I was like, I want to play a new game. Because I've only been playing Stardew for not even a year. And I downloaded it, and before I knew it, a week had gone by. And I had gone through an entire year in Stardew.
Mm-hmm.
So it is perfect when you need some good game to have such good brain rot.
Oh yeah, I think the best thing about the game is that they have the option to marry, to have like the same sex marriage and stuff too, right?
Yeah,
which is pretty sick.
It's amazing because as much as I love Abigail, I want to say her name is Caroline. I think it's Abigail's mom. I want to be able to romance Abigail's mom.
Abby's
so bad.
Going on.
She does,
oh,
and I am so upset. I don't want to ruin Abigail's life and have her parents split up. But
no, shoot.
Her mom is talented and gifted. We'll just say that.
It's like, hold your horses there. Oh no.
Yeah.
So, kind of winding down a bit, since it's almost been 2 hours since the podcast started. Like, holy crap, time went by fast.
It really did.
It really did. But would you have any words for people like any words of advice or words of wisdom to those who are very hesitant to express themselves in the LGBTQ plus community? Would you have any words of advice to kind of encourage them?
I think that definitely starting small and telling someone that you know is very accepting, whether that be that they watch shows with LGBT themes in it, or if they know people that are familiar kind of with the community, or even if you just ask them, maybe just show them like maybe some fan art, like if they're in anime, show them like some fan art of like two same-sex people kissing or something, and just be like, oh, like this art is really pretty. And if they're like, yeah, it is, like just even doing something small to be like, are you okay with this, before you say anything will help. But I guarantee that there is going to be someone that you know that will be more than accepting and more than happy to listen to you and help you. And whether that be someone that you know in real life or online, a lot of the friends that I have made in the community, like in the LGBT plus community, have been so incredible. And I never really had a big community for myself with anyone in my personal life. So even if it's a way for you to express yourself fully online and to not have anything follow you back to your real life, I think that you should talk to people. You should find other people in the community that you can talk to, because that will help a lot of discomfort and bring a lot of confidence to you as far as maybe coming out, or, you know, just being the person that you want to be. Having people around you is the best thing that you can do.
Oh, that's really good words of wisdom right there for those who are not to, or those who are hesitant, because it really is that little push that is needed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But like very very carefully too, because I feel like even though you're trying to push someone, I feel like if you push a little bit too much, it's gonna be weird. It's gonna be awkward. It's gonna create, you know, internal problems and stuff. As I'm coming off too much, right? In a way.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know that there's a lot of factors behind it, but definitely your words of wisdom are on point.
Mm-hmm.
Is with that little bit of that every small step, pretty much.
Yeah, and I mean, even if someone out there is more worried about telling their parents, if you go out and hang out with friends a lot, or maybe you're having someone come over that's new that they don't know, maybe just say like, oh yeah, like I found out that my friend is like, my friend and her girlfriend are like going on this really cute date or something like that. Say like, as long as you know your parents aren't like super big on like not liking that kind of stuff, if you're questioning it, I would say make up a little story of something exciting about someone you possibly know and just see how they take it. And even just that, if you have been questioning whether your parents will like still like, unfortunately what a lot of people have to go through is think, will my parents still love me? But like, if you make up this little story about your friend and their girlfriend and they're just like, oh, that's great, like that's wonderful for them, it can at least assure you that there is hope there for you.
Oh, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely, great words of advice. And of course, thank you for making time to be on the podcast too, Softbook.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
It was a good one. And of course, again, you guys are crazy. Every one of you here with the fundraising, the donations and stuff, $450 donated towards the Trevor Project.
Wow.
You all are insane and such kind souls. So one more thing is, again, if you have anyone who is part of the LGBTQ plus community who needs some kind of help or needs that advising, send them to the Trevor Project. It's a great place and a very safe place for those who need that advising, who want to meet other people within the community and just make friends, either it be online or eventually maybe in the future in real life when they get to meet up. It's a great place, safe place. Please guide them to that website, as well as, of course, definitely the fundraiser and everything. You all are crazy. Mostly you, Exit. I'm looking at you. Definitely you. I did not expect you to hit the goal right away. But before we do end off, I am going to go through again. I'm going to thank each and every one who has donated. Exit, thank you very much. Sheepwave, thank you very much. Exit again. You're wild. You're built different. Ashnapum, greatly appreciated. Yeehaw to you. Among Us Gamer, that's the real gamer right there. Dopey Skies, the OG. Exit's mom, wonderful mother, wonderful lady. Thank you very much. My boy Key, he's the real dub right there. We take those dubs, Key. We got Tizzy, our honestly our best short queen. We love our short queen. To whoever did donate $25 and remained anonymous, thank you very much. Appreciate it. To whoever you are, much love to you. And again, Exit with the last 5. Appreciate all the donations. This is all going towards a really good cause. And again, I can't thank definitely the podcast. We can't thank you more for that. And it was a fun stream. Definitely thank you, Softbook, again for making the time for us.
Yeah, thank you for having me, and thank you to everyone who has come out just to watch the stream, and an even bigger thanks to everyone that donated.
Definitely. And yes, I keep my promises. On the next live stream, either it be with SheepwaveTV, Ash Napham, Tales of Taylor, or even Tizzy Q, whichever like in-person stream, it will happen. Keep my promises. I'm not looking forward to it, but y'all are built different. Y'all are built with lots of love, and it was a target goal. So it's going to happen. The next in-person podcast episode. And if I do forget, then we'll only add more to the punishment in the end. But definitely, thank you so much, everyone, for coming by. Thank you so much, Sapo. It was an honor being able to have you represent the podcast on this month. Really do appreciate it.
Yeah, and thank you for having me. I'm so honored that I was the one that you chose to be able to represent this month. So I really appreciate it.
Of course, it's got to be you. Hands down, it's got to be you to help represent this podcast on this wonderful month. But again, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much to the viewers, everyone who's donated, and those who are subscribed to the podcast. Let's find someone that we can raid. Softpoke, do you have anyone in mind that's on right now that you would like us to show some love to?
Oh,
yep. I always let the guests choose. It's the best thing. Right away.
I mean, Taylor just started, so why don't we go and raid Taylor?
That's true. All right. Flash Tales of Taylor, and instead, when we raid him, let's make sure let's be happy. Let's tell him Happy Pride Month.
Yes.
But again, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, Softpoke. You a real one.
Thank you.
Everyone in chat, y'all built different. Thank you so much for all the donations. It's going for a great cause, and nothing but love to everyone. And don't forget, for the rest of for the new week, for the new day tomorrow, stay comfy. All right, let's go hoorah to Mr. Tales of Taylor himself. Catch y'all later. See ya.